When I first moved here to Waterloo, all my cousins and like friends that were much older than me kind of always played at the park, just down the street, and it was more just like a street ball kind of feel. Just watched them play street ball, and that's kind of just where I fell in love with the game. High school hit and school is much bigger. You realize there's way more talented kids out there, and all my friends had made the team, and I had got cut my grade 9 year.
I was the high school basketball coach at Waterloo Collegiate. We cut Dani in grade 9.
I remember it hurt just because I love the game, and also all my friends were on the team. And then that was kind of the turning point. I either could have just given up and just said, you know what, screw basketball, like whatever. Or I could have just put my head down and really trained hard that summer, and of course I chose the latter. By no means was I satisfied. I had made the team, I was happy, but then it's right on to the next thing. All right, what's my role? Am I gonna be able to play and even help my team? As I started getting older and you hear your friends like, oh, which school did you apply for? What university? And I'm sitting here like, I'm not even sure if I'm like, if I'm gonna go right now.
He didn't have any role models in his family about going to university, so the idea of going to university was a stretch for him. Dani committed to go to New Brunswick. I get a phone call from Dani, frantic, coach, I can't get into New Brunswick, I can't get into New Brunswick. He needed one more humanities course. Literally the first person I call is Charles. I call him, I say, hey, would you be interested in Dani Elgadi? And he said, well, we're scrimmaging tonight. Can Dani get down here? So I drove Dani down to St. Catharines that night. And literally at the end of practice, Charles says to me, I have to have him. Like I have to have Dani. I'm so proud of who Dani is as a player. He's become one of the best players in Canada. He's a role model in Sunnydale. Kids look up to him. He represents everything that's good about basketball and school and youth sports.
My entire school, down to the teachers, every single one of my teachers, staff, they were very supportive. They knew what my mission was, and not only did they support me, they went out of their way to support me. Just seeing the satisfaction in my teachers, because they weren't just teachers to me, they were role models. They taught me a lot, and I was very thankful for that, so. You know what I mean? We need a coach to sometimes push us to the limits. Like I'm talking about our legs are collapsing, you're contemplating quitting, like, you know what I mean? Like really pushing you. And I think that's where you kind of really see who you are, really, and kind of where you want to go or who you want to be. And that's where you kind of change as a person. My decision to come to Prague was a little hectic. What I found most important for me was the coach and the players. Of course, the program had to be right, but I had to have that connection with the coach. I had already committed, and out of nowhere, Kissy comes into the picture. We get together, we talk. I make my visit to St. Catharines for the first time. I get to see Brock, beautiful campus. And Casey was just real. He just told me, he's like, listen, I see talent in you. He kind of let me know, and I personally wanted to be part of a program that I myself helped build and was part of the reason. As we were getting better, like with all the support we ended up getting with fans in the We Are Ready crew, it just took us to a whole new level where we were being recognized by all of Canada.
Like him being in that environment, I feel like it brings out the best in him and all his players.
And it means a lot too when you see all those people cheering and looking after him. And that's unbelievable.
To this day, we still claim to have the best fans in Canada, and we truly believe that. And I've had multiple people that, within youth sports and the OUA bring up just how incredible that is and what it does, not just for us, but for all of basketball, because it kind of just spreads. It's like a domino effect, People want to see that, they want to challenge us, say, you know what, no, you don't have the best fans, but what they don't understand, that in itself is helping build youth sports in general, and that's kind of the vision you want it to be, not just here at Brock, but you want it everywhere. Family means trust, it means dedication, it means, going through great times together, but also going through tough times. We were in a great program to start, we were building, and they chose to believe in us. For your fans to drive you like that shows you there's a stronger connection than just random people coming to a game just for the sake of coming because they have nothing to do. We see them as a part of the team, not just fan player. Brock in itself is just one giant team, so.